Hey guys, what's going on? So today we're just talking about a few random things. First of all, I just want to check out the new event here, Astromons Let's Power Up. I know it's been a few days since it started, just want to share my progress a little bit. So here we go. Obviously the 2000 energy was quite a while ago. The main one I'm probably going to have a lot of trouble with is this upgrade gym. I'm pretty sure it's times 100, times 200, times 300 here, and this one I think I may have to kind of force because I did have a pretty big gym upgrading session yesterday. I was trying to get gyms for the Anu, looking around gyms for other people, swapping them out, upgrading some, checking out their substats, and I only have 93. So I probably actually have to go for that. It does last for a whole month, but I guess we'll have to see. The Awakened Astromon, apparently I've done that already. We can get the 200 energy here, so for the 50. For this one, I was just doing some Astro Gym farming that kind of goes on its own when you're doing that, you know, upgrading slimes or whatever. Same with the Evolve Astromon, even though I do have 6 more to go there. And also Ascending, that you kind of have to force because there's no way you're going to ascend 20 Astromons like from 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 when you're playing normally, I guess. Maybe in the span of a month, but what I did is just grab some 1-star slimes from Extreme mode. If you get them from Extreme, they're already level 7, so you can just feed them like a couple fruits and they'll be level 10. Ascend them for 10k gold, do that 20 times and that's done there. And of course, I have the gym one and the couple of evolves left to get the legendary egg. We have one high egg here, let's go ahead and do it. I'm not really saving my eggs anymore, I just kind of hatch them when I get them. I may start saving up again, but just for now, you know, I wanted to chill out a little bit with the summoning videos because they were, like I was saying in a previous video, like half of my content now. We're also going to be going over my Astromons. This has been requested quite a lot to show my Astromons, what gyms they have on there and stuff. So I guess we are going to be, I guess that's going to be like the main focus of today's video. Before we get into that though, I have to note that I am one of those types of players that likes to work on several different units at once. As you can see, I have 18 6-star units. Most of them are level 60. This guy's still at 55, working on him. The Light Anu I was able to fuse for him, I think yesterday, I believe. Pretty good. I'm using him in Astromon League already. Works very well as a defense breaker when there are too many water units and I can't bring my Shelly. I also do bring Shelly still. I bring Shelly a lot because he does a lot more damage and I like that. But also Anu is a lot more tanky, and if there are a couple dark units, he can tank some hits. I'm not really content with his gym setup right now. He's definitely too fragile for a tank. He only has 1 HP gym. I kind of went a sort of balanced route with him. I gave him an attack, defense, and HP gym. My first thought was to give him 2 HP and a defense. I think that would make him the most tanky. But then I noticed these gyms have nice substats that are more aiming toward offense. And with his leader skill of 20% crit rate, he would already have, I believe, 85 crit rate. So I was like, all that crit rate and no attack power, what's the point? But he still does almost no damage, so I'm definitely probably going to switch that back to HP defense. But yeah, I guess we'll start with my Fire Wild Fang. She has the Ruin set, as you can see here. I got all of her gems to 15. She is actually my first natural 4-star Evo 3, besides the ones you could have farmed before, like Light Nike and Musketeer. I have no idea. The Light Musketeer actually really did help me in one of the Tower of Chaos levels, I think floor 55 with his sap. So I kind of don't regret as much raising him because I don't really use him anywhere else. Not sure where he's really useful, but yeah, he really helped me out there. Anyway, Fire Wild Fang, she has crit rate, attack, and attack. So definitely pure glass cannon there, as you can see, 7200 attack. She does have a decent amount, I mean, she is level 60 Evo 3, so of course her base plus the substat HP is okay. She can survive 1 decently strong water attack or a couple of more tanky water attacks, so like an enemy Persephone is definitely no problem for her. She can definitely take that and recover it if there's any other element there besides water, but they're not going to bring Wild Fang if there are more than like 2 water units on the enemy side. She gets up to 98% crit rate when my Anu is lead, so that 2% still screws me over from time to time, but it definitely works for now. I did want to eventually swap out this gym because there is no crit rate here, and if I got any crit rate substat, it would boost it to 100 or above, but there is nearly 20% defense on this, so I thought it would be good to balance out her survivability a little bit. So it's fine. She's basically done, I would say. Definitely for now, she's not a priority. Her gyms, I'd say they're good enough. My Granitus doesn't see as much action since I'm mostly going with a DPS team, but I still definitely am using him. He has an awesome leader skill, and his stun and taunt definitely comes in handy from time to time. But here are his gyms. He has this is probably his best one, 6-star HP, 15. Some decent substats there, 15% attack, 17% resist. I did kind of go bruiser on him with the attack and defense and HP, so kind of one of each, kind of balanced. Here's his other gym. It's only a plus 12, because usually I wait to plus 15 a gym until I really like its substats. Here, like, 2 flat got boosted and they're on there, so the substats definitely aren't optimal, but it's okay to be plus 12 and for it to be on him. The last one is okay as well, 6-star attack, 7% resist, 7% crit rate. It's okay, it's definitely not optimal, but yeah, that's what it is. Shelly has a broken set, definitely needs work there, but definitely doing well enough in Astromon League. He just needs to get off his def down, and usually I'm bringing Shelly with Wildfang, so Wildfang can take care of any like glass cannon wood units, and Shelly can either def down them or def down a defense aggressor, whatever. He has a attack gym here, okay subs, got some resist there, got some defense. Not really that great, but you only have so many gyms, you know. Here is his HP gym. Again, okay subs. I don't think I really have any perfect gyms, to be honest. Like any I'm like, wow, that's an amazing gym. This one is pretty good though. It's only a 5-star, but the substats I do like. The 15% resist, I like resist. I recently switched out a gym from Horan. I actually gave a better one from Horan to, I think, Anu, maybe it was this one. She had this one before, 21% resist, some crit rate and defense. I swapped that out with this one. I think it's still pretty good. We got 12% resist, 18% defense. I don't use Horan at all for some reason, even though she is my only strong wood unit. It's just when you have 2 units that can give a 100% chance at def down, you don't really want to bring one that has 60% chance at def down when you have 2 other options, a light and a water. So pretty much they can be in any battle, either one of them, you know. But here are her gyms. She has a 5-star HP here, got some crit rate, got some defense, resist, so a pretty decent gym there. This one I just showed you, the defense and resist, and this one last, 6-star attack. This one had the potential to be an extremely good gym. Unfortunately, recovery got boosted at least twice. It looks like maybe even 3 times, whereas resist, defense, and crit rate would have all been better than that, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. I believe I also stole a gym off of my light Jack. She had a 6-star attack with some pretty good subs, but I was really wanting to finish my Water Shura here, so I gave one of the gems from her to finish the Ruin set, and I gave Jack a slightly more subpar gem. I think it was this one. This 6-star attack here, 18 resist, 13 crit rate, so really, really nice. He gets up to also 98% crit rate with Anu lead, and again, that does screw me over from time to time, and it really hurts, that 2% away from 100. Because he really needs crit rate, because if he doesn't crit, the stun doesn't land. But yeah, besides this gym on my light Jack, I have this one as well, a crit rate. Horrible substats, but it's hard enough to find a 6-star Ruin crit rate, so I go with what it gives me. And this is the last one, a 5-star. I really want to switch this one out. Either go full glass with her and give her another attack gym, or go with an HP gym instead. I'm just hesitating a lot because of that juicy 23% resist on it. And that's like the only resist she has, so it's like really kind of hard to get rid of it unless I find another Ruin that's either HP or attack with as good or better substats. Gonna go over Musketeer really quick. I didn't put too much care into his gyms, honestly, even though this one is actually pretty good. HP percent, 6-star, 15% resist, got some other subs there. This one's not as good. This was more of just a whatever gym, just some defense, recovery, resist. They're all like +9 right now. I didn't raise them further than that before I really knew what I'm going to use them for. And then we have this 6-star HP gym as well. One day I really do need to look at all of their gyms and see if I can complete some sets or so, because I have a lot of broken sets on my units down here. It could be I can take one like blue gym and then swap them and give them both full sets. I mean, my light knight definitely needs some work also. These gyms were from a long time ago actually. We have a 5-star defense gym here, crit damage and crit rate. Definitely really need to focus on him because I use him a lot. Here's a slightly better one with 7% resist and 16% crit rate. He actually gets up to 67% crit rate with the Anu lead. Even though I wasn't really trying to go for crit rate, he has it, and that's actually really nice when he crits because there's a lot of damage in there. Defense here, also, I went full defense with a defense set, like most people do with light Nikes. Oh yeah, it was Nike, I keep forgetting. And that it's a woman, I guess. But yeah, this is a 6-star defense, bad subs, but it was... But at the time I got this gym, B9 was very, very hard to auto. It's much easier in the meantime, but I still haven't found any decent defense gyms. I may eventually crack down and give her a broken set, just giving her the best squares I can find, because defense is really what she needs as a defense aggressor. Moving on to my light Valcke here, she has no squares, even though she would kind of need one for her 5-star hunter skill. I just gave her the intuition set. I was not using my light Valcke for a very long time because I didn't really know how to gym her without a square. But yeah, she only has the 20% from the set bonus. I guess I was a little bit unlucky with the substats on the gyms that I could find. I have a bit more in the meantime, so I don't know, maybe I'll try and find more. But yeah, with her I basically just went kind of balanced. We have attack, defense, and HP, but she still does get up to 60% crit rate with Anu lead, and I am taking Anu lead a lot when I'm taking units that do like crit rate, either that or my C-star. There's only actually a 2% difference between them, but that 2% definitely can make a pretty big difference. Moving on to my dark, got Tito. His also need work. This is still a 5-star crit rate. I've never, in my hundreds upon hundreds, maybe even thousands of B8 golem runs, I've never ever found a 6-star intuition crit rate. So the ones that do go with the intuition set, they have to settle with 5 stars. I found plenty of those. But for something like crit rate, plus 15 and 6 stars seems to be extremely important, because crit rate is something that kind of has a hard cap, meaning once it's at 100, it doesn't need to be higher than that. You'll crit all the time. And since criticals can't be resisted, then yeah, you don't need to get it above that. Substats on this are pretty bad. It's just HP, attack, and defense, but all pretty low percentages. Here's another gym I'm eventually wanting to switch out. Like with Light Jack's case, I want to either give him another attack and make him full glass, or go with an HP gym to give him a bit more survivability. Substats again aren't very good here, but I just wanted to complete the intuition set to give him that missing crit rate. And this attack gym is actually okay. We have 14% resist, 12.5 defense, and a little bit of HP. Kraken does have a broken set, and it's probably going to stay like that for a while. Again, a 5-star crit rate. I may eventually swap that out with this one, this gym of Siphon. It doesn't really matter if I can complete the Siphon, since it's a broken set right now anyway, just to give her that extra crit rate. When she is lead, or when she has Anu as lead, she will get up to 98% with Anu and 96% with herself as lead. Like I said, 2% can make a difference, so it's definitely under consideration. The substats here, I don't know, they're probably not quite as good. I'm not too sure. It is a 6-star, would give her that 100%. Here we have a 6-star gym of Leach. I really like the substats here, 26% resist, so I decided to get it to 15. It's also a defense on the broken set, so... And her last one, while it is a 5-star, also has pretty good substats, 15.5% crit rate, which she really needed, 16% resist, so yeah, I was thinking about replacing this one, but it's very hard to find a gym that has a combined total of over 30% crit rate and resist, so those are two very important stats for her especially. Anyway, moving on, Dark Jack, of course, is completely full HP. Here's this HP here, 25% resist on that. So that's pretty awesome. Went ahead and got that to plus 15. I probably should try and get a 6-star here. Again, crit rate not too important, but resist always is, especially for a healer. She's only at 35% right now, and I'm not too satisfied with that. There are always so many new units to work on gym-wise and leveling-wise. It's kind of hard to try and focus on them all at once. Yeah, her last gym here is a 6-star HP percent. Haven't gotten that to 15 yet, because the substats definitely aren't good at all. We have flat defense, flat recovery, that both got boosted, and then defense and crit damage. So very, very uninteresting substats, but it was a 6-star, so I thought, yeah, I'll go ahead and put it on her for now. Light Anu, I think I showed you already. Attack, I made him balance with the intuition set. It was a bad idea. I should go back to another HP gym, because he does die kind of fast when he gets ganged up on, so yeah, it's definitely worth a consideration. Nightmare was another one you guys were asking about a lot. I still haven't fixed her gyms because I'm not bringing her in many different places besides B9 Golem, and right now she just has a defense, okay sub, 16% resist there, another defense, so yeah, 2 defense definitely doesn't work, but it does have 22% resist on it. And then the last one with 12% resist, and it's an attack. So preferably for her, I would actually go 2 attacks and an HP, or balanced HP, attack, and defense, but I just haven't gotten around to it. My Fire Arthur here, he has a he has no gyms yet, so we're gonna skip him. And pretty much everyone below this are still have old gyms, still have gyms that I haven't touched for a couple of months, but we can quickly go over them. My Valcke has an attack, 5-star attack, 5-star attack, and 6-star flat HP. Even though flat HP is kind of fine for her since she only has 20k, and I believe the cutoff for when percent becomes better is 19k, so it doesn't make a huge difference anyway. Recently switched out one of Water Arthur's gyms for this one because it was pretty good. We have 17% resist, 6-star attack plus 53, 5-star HP plus 45, 16% resist there, 13% attack, and 6-star attack with pretty bad substats. Moving on to the Water Shura, I believe I showed most of these already. I kind of went tanky bruiser on him as well with a 6-star attack here, as you can see. Crit rate, resist, so pretty good sub stats here. We have an HP gym here, 6-star plus 15. Resist and attack, recovery is whatever. Attack flat got boosted once unfortunately, but it's still a decent gym all around. And then we have the 6-star crit rate here, 15% resist. The rest of the substats aren't very good. But taking a look at his stats, it's actually quite nice. 68% resist, 78% crit rate. Boosted up to 98% with the Annulid, almost 100% crit damage. Recovery, who cares about that? Very low on defense, of course, but over 50,000 HP as of now. He's still not Evo 3 yet, he's actually only Evo 2, not even Evo 2.1. So when he does get to Evo 3, it might make his attack and defense a little bit better, so he can benefit a little bit more from the Ruin set, the fact he's going to be criticaling all the time, and the attack gym. But his 5-star skill here increases damage dealt by 40%, along with the fact he's a single target AoE. He can do a ton of damage versus a single target with his active skill. I just typically don't do it when there's more than 1 or 2 left because his 2-turn stun is usually more valuable unless I know I can kill that unit. And pretty much last on the list we have Dark Cupid. I honestly don't use him much either, even though I got this gym to 15. I think in my gym upgrading video I did that just because of this 24% resist here. That's actually quite nice. Besides that, he has a 5-star HP gym here. Okay substats as well, and ending it off with an HP 5-star. Okay substats, a lot of resist there, but burst healers definitely need tons of resist. He has 85, so that's, I think, good enough. And we also have Hermit here. I'm honestly not using him too much, but I did get him some gems. 6-star HP plus 11. I wasn't able to get to plus 12 yet, I guess. Probably I was hesitating because the substats aren't very good, just attack and defense, and then the others are flat. Got him a 5-star attack here. Again, very bad substats. And a 5-star HP. Better substats. Well, crit damage is kind of useless for him since he has exactly 10% crit rate. But yeah, that's what it is. Gave him the defense set. So yeah, there are my Astromons. I would say the only one I'm really finished with for now is Fire Wildfang. The rest, I still have plans to change and do things with. Well, most of the rest, I would say. Maybe a couple others. And I'm kind of trying to do them all at once, so I'm probably going to step back and try and just focus on one unit at a time. The ones I'm bringing with me the most. But really, you're kind of left at the will of what the golems drop and what gyms are actually available to upgrade. You know, you can't always get the perfect ones even with hundreds of runs, so most of the time you just kind of have to go with what you get. But yeah, I guess that'll pretty much do it for today. If you have any other video suggestions, make sure to drop them down in the comments below. I know I've gotten suggestions to do like golem guides and stuff, and I've been really meaning to get around to that. I'm just still trying to figure out a way to sort of structure it in a way that it won't be so specific, like take Wildfang, take blah blah blah, take him, take her, and make it more, a little bit more universally useful knowledge, you know, because if someone doesn't have or doesn't want to raise this unit or that unit, then they don't have to. There can be replacements, etc, etc. But if you do have any other video suggestions, make sure to drop them down below. Also, a like would be greatly appreciated if you did enjoy. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time.